Hi, it's Marcy live from Million Planners, and I am planning in my PJs. I am always wearing my pajamas for the most part when I am home and I'm relaxing and planning in my planner. And today I wanted to do an update because it's been so long since I posted here on YouTube. So I am actually going to be changing around my planners just a slight bit. I am taking out this monthly here that I have had in my catch-all planner because I use it for my content for my VIP group, and I want to move it to my content planner. I have been basically back planning in it for this month because of all the sales that Tula 12 has. And this is a lined monthly calendar insert, as you can see. And all it has is, it is dated for 2025. I got this one in a mystery bundle of inserts, and I decided to use it for my VIP group content plans for my Facebook group. So you can see that here. It is very plain. This is not one that I use deco in, but it's meant to be very functional. I am a very functional planner, but I do use washi tape here and there in my layouts, and very few do I use stickers. So here I'm putting in a different insert in place of that one, and this is a currently insert. So I will have my monthly currently insert, so I can do my currentlies every month. And you'll see on one side it has some coloring pages, and on the other side it has all the things currently: planning, week in one word, reading, dreaming about, focusing on, in my cart, watching, biggest win, can't stop talking about, and feeling. And it was originally set up as like a weekly insert, but I'm going to be using it definitely as a monthly. So as you can see here, I've got my two inserts on my jump band, and it will go in my planner. And this is my everyday catch-all. I have my month with notes. Essentially, it is a monthly calendar on one page and a place for notes and such on the other. I've got two of those. One I use for my goals, and the other I use for keeping track of vendor events that I do on Facebook. I do a lot on Facebook, more than I do here, but I plan to be getting more into YouTube in the future. So stay tuned for more videos. And I have here my Declutter Your Mind. I do actually love this insert and have used it to figure out my inserts and where I want them. And I think I've figured out exactly how I want this one to be going forward. And if we do get the currentlies in the future again, I will be ordering that to keep that in here. If not, I will find something else to use as a currently. And then I've got my weekly planner. This is my weekly block sections where I plan 3 weeks at a time. It is undated, and as you can see here, I have put the days of the week. And since I start my week on Sundays, because that's usually the first day of most vendor events that I'm in, I have put the days Sunday through Saturday. And every Saturday I'll go live in my Facebook group, so you'll see that here always. And I love that this has the top 3 to-dos and a running to-do list with notes on the bottom. So it gives you pretty much everything you need all in one. You can use all 3 blocks per day. And again, you can see there's just very little bit of deco. I do have a cute sticker on here with washi tape to separate the blocks from the notes. So there is all that. This is my favorite weekly layout thus far. Who knows? I might get into a different one someday. This is one I haven't been using lately because of circumstance, but this is one of our daily inserts that I have turned into a monthly perpetual schedule. And what I do is I write down all the things that I need to, that I do daily, on a daily basis to drive my business. So the last time I used it was March, but I will start using it especially when it gets busy for like the holiday and stuff, and when for like July, when we have our Christmas and July sales and stuff, I'll definitely put something in there, do my perpetual schedule. And then I have this one for when I need to plan out a very busy day. This is our today's plans. And then, of course, we have our reflect and reset, which I like to do once a month. I have done only one so far, and I have actually fully colored this page in. And I find that very relaxing to color it in. I use art gel pens always. And you can see here, I did the whole thing for reflect. It has questions, and they're the same on every month, for every month or week, however you do it. It says 3 things that went right this week. What drained me? What gave me energy or brought me joy? How did I take care of myself this week? What surprised me this week? What did I complete that I had plans? What didn't get done and why? Something I'm excited about. So those are the 8 inserts that I keep in my catch-all planner. So I have my monthlies and my weekly and my daily all in one planner in separate sections, just the way I like it. I really hate when you just have, oh, here's my calendar. Then the next page you turn and you have your currently right after it, and then starts your weekly pages, and then after that some daily pages, and then, oh, lo and behold, turn it over, there's the next calendar. Those kinds of planners ultimately never worked out for me, and I'm not saying they don't work for others, but this style here, this traveler style notebook, is what I find works best. And since we have over 100 inserts to choose from, you can truly find a layout that works best for you, and you can truly put it in the order of your choice. So there is that. And this is our extra large size. That's my favorite size, and I use it the most. And this one, this size is 7 by 9.75. So this is my catch-all TN that I'm currently using. I have this cute paw charm, if you can see that there. It has different colors on both sides. So they all go together. I am loving it. Now, for my content planner, I have something in here that I'm taking out and replacing it with my lined. So in here I have 2 dot grids, and I have one that I started using for my vacation vlog because I recently went on vacation with my husband, his sister, and her husband, and we had a blast. So I decided to take my empty dot grid and use that as my vacation vlog, and I'm going to be finishing that up, and that will be moving to a different planner as well. But I am putting this here. This is my current, I think I'm gonna replace this jump band. If anyone knows anything about the Traveler's Notebook, the TN system, you know that when you put more than 4 inserts, you need to use a jump band. So I will be doing that, putting my inserts on this jump band. I have so many. You can never have too many jump bands, especially if you own cats. You will definitely want to make sure that you have extra jump bands, because the kitties, they love that. So here's what we have here. In this is a school planner. So you can see that here. This is our lesson plan. We have 2 different styles of this. I have a second one here as well. And I use these for content planning, for vendor events and parties, and for special seminars and stuff. So you can see I do use washi tape in this one. You'll see here and up top, I have some washi tape. So they're not totally void of deco, but they're not stickered, and there's no paper on top of blank paper for writing on. I just write on the paper because it's awesome, amazing paper, and most pens do not bleed through. The only thing that I found that actually did bleed through a little bit and it was in my journal. It was a felt tip, and probably because I pressed a little too hard. So, but other than that, these planners, this paper, the writing does not bleed through to the other side. So I will show you if I have one. Yeah, so here you can see there's writing here, and then here there's no shadowing, no bleed through, nothing. And I do use gel pens a lot. So also in here I have another weekly planner. This one I got on special when it first came out. This was on a special, and this is called Natasha's Favorite, and it is basically our student planner adapted for everyday use. So we do have this in a student version as well, for students to use to keep track of their homework, assignments, sports, other stuff. So anything that they have for school, if they have reports and stuff due, or projects for science or whatever it is, you can keep track of it in here. And this one, since it was adapted, it says important, appointments, and then it has a blank, and then the rest without the washi. I'll show you a blank one. It's just like this. So you have lots of room, lots of space. And what I was doing was I was originally using this for my VIP group content planning. And when my calendar runs out, my lined calendar that I put in here, I will definitely be using this again. So then I have this notes. This is a special edition notes insert that came out as well for a special, but we do have regular well noted that are plain. So it's very important in a content planner to have a full section for notes, because you never know when you're going to come up with some ideas that you don't necessarily want to commit to yet or add to your calendar right away. So you put them in your notes and you process them at a later time. Then, of course, I've got a dot grid. This one I use for sample layouts for my goals journal. And I have it here with my content plan because I never know, I might want to do a sample content layout for something different for who knows. But I kept it in here and I love it. And then here's the monthly calendar. I just put that in. And I've got this workshop notes. So if you're doing a workshop, it doesn't matter if it's a direct sales workshop or if it's for any business, you can plan it in here. And I love this insert. You put the date, you put the topic. It has a place for main points, products to do, life applications, and of course, notes. So you can plan out whatever it is. It could be a seminar. It could be something something that you're talking at. Maybe you're a professor and you're planning something. You can do that in here as well. So there's lots of possibilities in our workshop insert. And then I've got a to-do, a special edition to-do. And this is basically, I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to start using it for when I want to plan out my graphics and stuff, like to put to-dos of what I plan to do and stuff. And then I could check it off when I finish doing it. Because as our new catalogs come out in August, we get our content pictures, our photos in the end of July, so we can make our new content graphics to present to our people. So I'll be using the to-do list for stuff like that. And you can see this is another extra large, and it has this beautiful yellow tulip. This is a cover that we actually still do have. It was just recently on sale, but I believe it's back to full price. But I just love it. This is one of my favorites, aside from my catch-all, my paw print. And I do have another one that has penguins. And anyone and everyone that knows me knows I love penguins. So there is that one. And now this is my dot grid that I was vacation blogging in. And I'm adding that to my self-care planner. And you're probably thinking, wow, all these different TNs for different uses. Well, yeah, I do have different TNs for different uses because, well, I'm addicted to these planners and I love having my sections. So I am adding this one into this planner. Excuse me. Currently, I have my gratitude insert with my self-care that I've been journaling in as well. And I have my mental health insert that I ultimately don't use but have because it came as a set and I wanted to show it, and I am going to ultimately find a use for it. I don't have mental health issues, but there are lots of different ways you can use it. You can use it to track lots of different things. So ultimately, I may do that. So where do I want to put this? What do I have here? How do I have it? Okay, I have those two on the jump band, and I will add this one to here. So there we go. So now I've added this one, and it's all good to go. So now that is my planner lineup. Oh, and I do have this other one here, which is a brain dump weekly insert that I ultimately don't really use much now. But before the workshop insert came out, I was using this for my workshop planner and planning things here. And then on this side, I was putting the posts in the order that I was going to post them. So ultimately, that is my planner lineup so far, along with my goals planner. Yes, yet another one. And again, I do have some inserts that I ultimately don't currently use, but I do have our new goal setting insert that I plan to be using. And I have our goals and finance, which I do use here and there. We have our goals and habits tracker, which again, I don't really use it yet, but I have, but I never really know quite what I want to track. But I'm working on it, so I will ultimately end up using it. I have our old goals insert, and I have used this one quite a bit for different things. Some of the companies that I was planning for, I'm no longer with, or they're no longer, so either or. But I have used it, and I'm sure I will find a use for it again. And then I do use this when I do parties. So whenever I do a planner seminar for someone who wants to earn some free planner goodies, I use my party time. I have a spreadsheet, and I love this. I keep track of all my planner sales. Whenever I sell an actual planner, which is 2 inserts or more, or a cover with inserts, I mark it down in here because my ultimate goal is to sell 1 million planners. So I'm keeping track of that in the spreadsheet. I have this nifty grade book. This is really, really handy for leads. So I do keep track of my leads in here. So you can see planner leads. And then, of course, I have this customer contact. So when someone buys a planner, ultimately I'm going to start transferring their name into my customer contact and following up with them going forward. So that is my planner lineup for the rest of the year. And most likely it will stay pretty much the same. My TNs will probably change over time, but since this one brings me lots of joy, this one brings me lots of joy, and my others bring me lots of joy, I don't see them changing anytime soon. But you never know what's going to come out in the future. And I did just buy a new one for last week's sale. So one never knows what's going to happen from day to day. But that is my planners. And I know it's a lot. 4 planners can be overwhelming. Ultimately do have more. I have a large one that I have my book inserts that I plan to start using just to keep track of what I've read. So I have a list of that already, a running list, and I'm going to be putting stuff into that sometime in the future, and I will do a video on that as well. All right, ladies, have a great night. Bye for now.